Hello everybody, good morning. Today I'm going to show you how to dye this white towel to a different color using washing machine. So a washing machine method. Now I have three different colors. I'm going to dye one towel into pink, and then another towel blue, and another towel red. So somebody was asking me what's the difference between the powder and the liquid. Well, from my personal opinion, there's no difference, but you just have to make sure that you're using the dye for the specific fabric. So in this case, this is cotton, so you use a cotton fabric dye. If you use polyester, then you use a different kind of dye. But in this case, obviously the liquid is a little bit more expensive than the dye, and I think it's because of convenience. So the liquid, you don't really have to dissolve it, but if you use the powder, it's a little cheaper, less expensive, but you have to dissolve it. And in this case, before I pour the dye on the washing machine, I have to dissolve it in a pot of hot water, and then pour the mixture in the washing machine. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do today is the pink, but I wanted the pink to be a little darker, so I'm going to mix a little bit of the red. Okay, so let's get going. So the first thing you want to do is you want to wet your fabric. So now I'm ready to dissolve the powder dye. So it's very important that you designate a pot for it. Now this one here, this is an old pot. If you have an old pot that you don't want to use, you can use that. This one I bought from a thrift store, and it's like a solid aluminum. So and I don't use this for cooking. This is just for exclusively for dyeing. So now that the pot has hot water, you don't wait for it to really boil. So you have this one, you just shake it. I'm just going to put a little bit. Make sure you shake it. And then the powder, you put it in the pot and stir it. This one I'm designating just for dyeing clothes. So now let's pour the pink in here. And you want to stir it, and this is how it looks. Turn the light on. So now I'm going to put a little bit of the red, cherry red. Just a little bit, because I want to make the pink darker. That's how it looks right now. Keep stirring it until it's completely dissolved. So now we're going to turn on our machine, and you want the hottest water. And so let's see, normal, yeah, turn that on, and then we're going to get our pot of dye. So now we're going to add our pot of dye. And let it stir a little bit. We're going to add our fabric. So then you want to add salt. If you're using cotton material, you want to add salt. It will enhance the color. So okay, so now that washing machine is done washing, we are going to soak the towel with this fixative, Color Stay Dye Fixative. I'm not going to use the whole bottle, so I'm just going to use 1/3 of the bottle, and we're going to soak it for 15-20 minutes. Okay, so here's my pink towel. It looks so nice. I like it darker. See? A bit darker. I added red on there. Soak it. I'm going to soak it for, put it to hot temperature, and then soak it for, I'm going to make it 30. I don't have a 20 minutes. I'm going to do 30. And that one. And as soon as the water as soon as you see the water, then you pour the fixative inside. So when you see that the water is ready on the tub, now you can pour the fixative. Then you put your towel in there and let it stir a little bit and soak. So after all that cycle was done for the soaking it with dye fixative, now it's time to wash your towel. See? So we're going to wash it. What I would do is just wash it with warm water. Or I could do Echo warm. So right now I'm going to dye my towel red. This is cherry red color. But the only reason I'm putting it in a pot is because I want the red to be darker, not really cherry red color. So I'm going to incorporate, this one here says silver gray. I don't have black. I was going to put black on there, but since I don't have black, I'm going to try to use this. So let's see how it works. I'm just going to put just a little bit, okay? So make sure you use the scissors not for food. Okay, I'm just going to put just a little bit on there. See, this is how little I'm putting. So if you put too much, it's going to turn into brown. So this is how it looks right now. I like it, but I wanted a really deep red color. So I was looking at my craft drawer. I was looking at my craft drawer, and I saw this Jacquard red dye. This is also for natural fiber, like cotton. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back in a dye bath. I'm going to redo it. I'm going to add this one to this color, and I'm hoping that it would come out deep red. What I'm also going to do is add a little bit of this silver. Well, you're supposed to add black to red to make it deep, darker color. But since I don't have black, I only have gray. So I'm just going to use this and see how it's going to come out. That's the beauty about dyeing fabrics. It's just, you just try different things and the results will be different, just like mixing paint. So I want to show you what I have. This is a Jacquard eye dye for natural fabrics. And this one here says fire red. But I don't really like, well, fire red, but I want it like darker, so I'm going to incorporate the silver gray. Just a little bit. I'm not going to put a lot. So I'm going to give you some tips when you do dye fabric, especially if you're dealing with powder dye. Make sure you cover your countertop, because you know you don't want it to be on your countertop. Now I'm going to put in dark gray. I'm going to put a little bit. I'm going to tape it because I don't want it to, because I'm not using all of it. Okay, now we can stir. Ooh, like this one. Looks blood. It looks like blood. So I just finished dyeing my towels. From this very white towel, I now have a blue towel, a pink towel, and a red towel. If you learned something from this video, don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and daghang salamat.